I wanted to talk and rescind something that I've said in a previous episode.
Okay.
It's a little embarrassing. I don't remember what episode it was, but like so many episodes ago, I made a big deal about Havarti cheese, and I'd like to say on the record that it is not the best cheese I've ever had.
What has blown your mind since?
Have you ever heard of Dubliner cheese?
I feel like yes, and I'm gonna see you
It's
Dubliner cheese and raise you unaged manchego, and you have to get back to me. Normally it's aged manchego. Like that is what is around, but if you find an unaged manchego, like only 8 months old, that shit's fire. I could eat a whole fucking wheel in a sitting.
well, Google doesn't like the word unaged.
Youthful
It kind of looks like
manchego.
it kind of looks like Gouda.
Yeah, I think a little bit if I'm remembering what Gouda looks like correctly. The only reason I immediately cut you off is because I don't really like Dubliner cheese. Like it's good. It's not bad.
You've had it and you don't like it?
I don't recall being wowed. Like it's just alright. Like it wasn't bad.
Like we're talking about the Kerrygold,
Yeah.
like Irish cheese.
Yeah, I just thought it was not bad.
Oh man, I've been eating it nonstop for like the last several days. I had a grilled cheese last night, like the best grilled cheese ever. To be fair though, I did do a 3-cheese grilled cheese with Dubliner, Havarti, and Munster, and like it blended together
So
fucking
you had
amazingly.
a delicious
It was
combination
delicious.
cheese.
It was the perfect gooiness too. Like like the quintessential grilled cheese is with Kraft singles, but Kraft singles have a shitty flavor. It's not good cheese.
Yeah.
But this had like that picturesque like just spread.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ooey gooey viscosity of it, and it was like delicious.
Viscosity. That's a good way to say
it. But I've been crazy about this cheese, and like today when I got home from work, I ate crackers, like tart cherry jam, and this cheese, and like felt just so fucking fancy.
I love just so fucking fancy.
So fucking fancy. But this cheese is if high quality cheddar and Parmesan had a fucking baby that we ate.
Okay.
And it's delicious.
I'm gonna have to retry it because I remember the first time I tried it, but I don't remember the first time I tried it. So like it didn't leave an impression. So I maybe just need to take a minute to try it again.
I'm a big fan of like Kerrygold in general. Like Irish butter is fucking incredible to cook with.
Yeah, they do make good butter.
But
they do.
We were at Costco and we were looking at Parmesan. We're like, God, Parmesan's more expensive than I'd like.
Mm-hmm.
And this cheese is like cheaper than Parmesan and also better than Parmesan. Suck it, Italy.
Suck it, Italy. The Irish and the Spanish, because that's where Manchego's from, have one up to you.
Reggiano sucks. What?
I said the Irish and the Spanish one up to you. Because the Manchego cheese is Spanish.
Yeah, right, Manchego. I'm definitely curious to try it. It does look like a completely different type of cheese, though. It's a hard cheese.
No, it's a soft. It's soft.
Is it a sheep cheese?
Manchego? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. So it looks different.
All right. I don't know why, but cheese from other animals just doesn't sit right in my mouth.
Really?
And I don't know why.
You don't like goat cheese or sheep cheese?
Well, first of all, I've never tried sheep cheese, but yeah, goat cheese, I don't know what it is. Like something about this is from a goat is like, ew, but I'm like, consciously, rationally, I'm like, they're two fucking animals that produce milk. You're being a fucking baby. What? I don't know what my problem is, but then like, I don't know, for some reason my mouth is like, no, goat, ew.
What if I didn't tell you what kind of cheese it was and just had you try it? Do you think you'd be as grossed out?
No, but since you brought that up,
You're like, I will no longer accept cheese from you.
You should have just not told me.
Also, a side note, I looked up because you said "suck it, Italy" when we were talking about cheese, and I was like, "Is Italy known for cheese?" They're 15th on the list.
Really? I thought
production.
Really? Because I know that like Parmesan Reggiano is like this big fucking deal. Like they put microchips in their cheese.
What the fuck?
To like, dude.
Well, no, I know cheese gets wild. Like there's like VIN numbers on rinds.
Yeah.
there's like it's almost like a signature stamp, and people will try to recreate it so they can sell you off-brand cheese, like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
sell you this podcast.
Yeah, Parmesan Reggiano is like the champagne of cheeses, where it's like it's only champagne if it's from Champagne
Yeah,
in France.
it's only
Sucking
Reggiano if
dicks.
it's from Reggie's yard.
Yeah, it's stupid, and Parmesan cheese is okay, but I feel like it's a little bit more expensive than it needs to be.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It
Like making a
100%
sauce
is.
out of our making Parmesan sauce is great.
I'm about to do that for
Def
dinner.
but Dubliner cheese is like that, but with like a cheddar sharpness to it, and I am never going back again, ever.
All right, I'll have to pick it
I've
up.
made my mind.
I'll have to pick it up and see how I feel about it.
I'll definitely have to look for Manchego cheese, but I don't even know where to fucking start.
Yeah, you could probably find Manchego cheese. It's finding Manchego cheese that isn't aged that's difficult. So good luck with both of those quests.
This cat just shat next to me, and it is fucking gross.
Dude, how are cats? They're so small
Why does it
and
smell like
capable of
cleaner?
so much scent.
What the fuck are we feeding you?
Like, Calypso's this itty bitty fucking cat, and she has the stench that is what I imagine has to come out of elephants. Because it's like, it's dense, it fucking lingers, and it takes up the whole house. Like, I could be pooping in the bathroom, which is on the opposite side of the apartment from her litter box, and I know when she shits, because it overpowers the poop smell I'm actively creating.
I mean, I imagine elephant shit or elephant fart would smell like rotting vegetables almost. Like
See, I don't think it would smell the same. I just think it has like this. It has like the same power as an elephant fart must have.
the
But
potency.
she's the size of like an elephant's toe.
Do
So
elephants
I
have
don't
toes?
understand. They do sort of.
Like they have
I
like
gotta
this
Google
just
elephant feet now.
yeah, their feet are just well. If you Google elephant foot, you'll get that radioactive thingy.
Oh, what?
Hey, you don't know that one? It's a famous photo. Look up elephant's foot.
I feel like I saw the picture you were talking about for like a split second. Oh, Chernobyl reactor. Boom.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just a nickname given to a large. Okay.
yeah.
I was
It's
like,
not.
it doesn't look exactly like an elephant foot. I understand.
They
now.
weren't using elephant feet to fucking power Chernobyl.
Well, fuck, we should use them to make great. Yeah, okay, like they have toes, but they don't have
Yeah,
toes.
I know it. That's what I was like thinking. Is that it's just like it's just straight down, but then there's like toenails. Like I remember drawing elephants in like the third grade and being
Yeah,
like, yeah,
and they're the easiest toes to draw.
you just make like a 3-layer McDonald's logo.
These fuckers are dinosaurs. Look at these fucking toes. I can't decide if half of these pictures are fake. Like,
That's the era of internet we're at now, where it's all fucking like half of it's just AI shit.
this one, I don't know. Could be fake, could be real. Elephant
That
feet
looks
don't make
fake.
sense. Elephant feet don't make sense, so all of it looks fake.
God,
Oh,
I don't
yeah, one like
know.
attached to an
I wonder if there's a
elephant.
difference between
Like African and Asian
Indian.
elephant
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, cause then this one like seems to have feet, but it also
Because
looks fake.
because their ears are drastically
Do
different
elephants have toes? Hold on.
Jesus
Understanding
Christ.
elephants' feet.
Welcome to We Have That Podcast. I'm on Brad Cabbage.
They do have toes. Is the first sentence on this.
Yes, case closed. Well
I'm,
done.
I'm talking about elephant toes, Rachel. Welcome to
And this
We
is
Have-
our this is our nature podcast.
where we talk about toes. And today we will be discussing the natural habitat of rednecks, which is travel by RV.
I'm glad you brought that up because I guess Pornhub shut all of their shit down in Texas. If you're in Texas,
What?
you cannot look at porn in Texas.
We need VPNs now more than ever.
But they're doing a lot of anti-abortion shit, and they're making it so that now, like, they're forcing porn sites to have you verify your age via ID, and that's really just to keep people in check and shit.
What?
And yeah, so Pornhub's just like, well, we're just not gonna do it. And they gave this long thing. I'm not gonna read it. This long like post. Like if you go to Pornhub.com in Texas, you just get this like dump, and that's it. Where it's just them talking about how like this is the most ineffective way to do this. Like we understand that we're keeping things safe for children and adults, but this is not the way, and this is actually fostering worse stuff. And fuck that. So sucks for Texas.
Sucks to suck, Texas. You can't see it sucking to suck, though.
Each week you play.
Each week we play Russian roulette with our success and spin a wheel to find out the genre of next week's podcast. This week we're attempting the fine art of slice of life. Specifically traveling.
Specificities.
Specifically. Definibly.
Traveling. Traveling is fun. I've only been out of the country once.
Traveling is fun. It's also not fun in a lot of fucking ways.
I hate traveling. I do. I hate it. I like visiting places. I like seeing new things and going new places. I hate traveling. I hate sitting in a car. I can't sleep in a car. I can't sleep on a plane.
Dude, you really gotta try trains. I just got back from a trip where I took a train ride. They're fucking fantastic. The second train, not as nice as the first one. The second one was much more updated and new, so the seats were nicer. But still, both times, kind of fabulous.
Yeah, I know that we talked about before about like how a legit train ride is fun, and I've been meaning to do that.
Yeah, it's just genuinely a nice time because you get to actually like interact with the people that are with you. You get to do the looking out the window thing, but when you're like, it's time to stretch my legs, I want to take a lap, I want to be somewhere different. There's like 6 cars of possibility holding differences. Like, granted, many of them are passenger cars, but like there's a cafe car where you can sit at a table with a bunch of people and buy food and buy drinks. Like we got mimosas on the train. It was delightful.
Yeah, that shit's I'm fucking down for.
Yeah, it was the best. And all of your seats come with chargers.
Like I know that there's some really expensive airplanes that do have like if you're in first class, there's like an elevator and a bar, but
I think those are called private jets.
I've never even seen one of those. No, like there's some that are like pseudo private jet where it's just high roller shit.
Yeah, but that's like unobtainable. I can do fancy train for cheap. Like I spent, dude, I don't even think it's like $100 to sit in the fancy part of the train where they give you like a free drink.
I don't think I don't think I'm gonna get on a train until I have established an enemy that wants to kill me.
I am now your enemy that wants to kill you. Get on a train and come to Seattle.
No.
I'm pretty sure that
there's no trains going to Seattle.
I'm pretty sure there's a train within, granted, you're in the fucking Iron Curtain that is Humboldt, so you have to drive 4 hours. But somewhere within that 4-hour radius, I bet you there's a train that goes all the way up here.
Like we have a train yard here, and they've been talking for literally decades about getting the train up and running and getting it so that we have a train, and it's not happening.
Well, in Humboldt, it's not happening. You gotta leave Humboldt.
I think because I grew up in Humboldt is a big reason why I hate traveling. Because you have to reach escape velocity to get anywhere else.
You also have to go through like a triathlon of travel because there's no way to leave unless you're on like a Greyhound bus or in a car. And then after that, you have some options. I guess the plane isn't wildly expensive now. It's still expensive,
it has
but it's not like insane. But like you have to take You have to take a car or a bus to reasonably leave. It takes about 4 hours. Then you get to the fucking outer rim of civilization, at which point you can start looking at other modes of transportation. But before then, no. So it's like you're kind of obligated into 2 modes of transportation unless you're dropping some cash on a shitty plane.
Yeah, like, I'm not a fan of it.
You guys have some like discount airliner that runs out of the airport there, and then there's also
discount
United.
Airliner, bitch.
I'm just saying, when I read the logo or the label, I had never heard what the fuck that was. So
The traveling is the worst part, like because I already said I can't sleep in a car. I can't sleep on a moving vehicle. It is beyond my capabilities. And the nice thing is I don't get motion sickness, but I do hate it because I am kind of just sitting there like waiting to get anywhere. And
Well, like, okay, so like if you're in a car or you're on a plane, you're just obligated to just kind of exist in this one spot with very little respite while you're on your way.
well, I one of the things I hate too is that it is draining on the body.
Yeah,
Like
completely.
something about like your physically not like your muscles aren't moving, but your body's still going at like 60 miles an hour plus, and I feel like that is taxing on the body.
I feel like
It's
what
it's
it
kind of like staying
is,
in the it's like kind of like staying in the sun, where like the sun's a giant nuclear reactor, and it's like
yeah.
you're getting radiation from it, and even by doing nothing you're getting tired.
I feel like what it is like it only takes like 3 days for your muscles to start atrophying. So I'm like, after a couple hours of just sitting and not fucking moving, like your muscles have got to just be like, ugh, I
Yeah.
give up. I'm not doing it anymore. Whereas at least other modes of transportation, like you can, like trains, I'm really gonna sell trains. You can get up and walk around. It's great.
I mean, I know I love the concept of trains, but I'm just nowhere near one. Also,
Yeah,
people
you're
that
in
are into
a
trains, they're
train desert.
weird.
People that are into trains are weird,
They are, yes.
like real weird.
It's like everybody has feet, and that's fine. But then there's people who like feet, and it's weird.
Speaking of feet, I have a question for you.
Why are people into feet and not hands?
I think people are into hands. I just think it's more socially acceptable to be into hands, so I feel like it's not talked about.
Yeah, I feel like hand fetishes are way less prevalent than foot fetishes.
Maybe because like they're less like you don't have to be as aggressive about a hand fetish because you can just look at someone's hands, whereas a foot fetish you kind of got to get like weird and creepy and in someone's space to see
That
their
might be
feet,
why too. Is
you know?
that feet aren't seen, so it's like the forbidden thing, whereas hands are like always shown, like how ankles were in the 1800s.
Yeah, exactly. The skankle.
The skinkle.
Yeah. Speaking of toes and feet,
Here we
how do
go.
you feel about people that put their feet in the gaps of the seats?
Yeah, unacceptable. You
It's
are
like,
going to lose those.
what's your scale, like 1 to 10, of how unacceptable that is?
Uh, that is irrelevant because 0 is not on the scale 1 to 10. That shit's
No,
not
I'm
okay.
saying 10 is
If
the most
I
unacceptable. 0 is
Oh,
fine.
yes, absolutely. 11, 12.
Because I'm
I'm
like at
getting
a
angrier and the
15.
number's increasing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm at like a 15. If I can fucking see your toes, I get to punch you in the face.
Like if I'm trying to relax because I'm traveling and I hate traveling and everybody hates traveling and I know everybody like tries to do anything to like get themselves just any percent more relaxed, but there's things that are unacceptable. I'm not I find pants uncomfortable, but I'm not fucking dropping trow on the plane. You'd call me a fucking madman, wouldn't you? Same thing. If I'm relaxing and I'm like, like I'm just trying to play Angry Birds on my phone, and like my eyes start to just slowly list over and see your fucking piggies just breaching my territory. War. This is war. I will pee on them. You'll be like, why are my feet getting wet and warm? It's because I'm peeing on them. You
Yeah.
fucking swamp monster. At least I got rid of your athlete's foot. You're welcome.
Is it like a jellyfish sting? If you pee on it, it goes away?
No, it's he has I don't know ammonia in it, and that's kills some levels of fungus. I don't know the science. I know that most of it's bullshit. You're not supposed to pee on a jellyfish sting.
No, you are not.
No,
It's a
you're supposed to
wives' tale.
use vinegar, if I
That's a
recall.
story someone created because they had a pee fetish and they just wanted to go and pee on people at the beach.
There's this one Twitter post that I'm going to just completely massacre right here because I'm not going to look it up, but I recommend you do. But essentially, it's this guy who's like, I love scuba diving, and I've always loved it. And when I was a teenager, I went on like a scuba diving expedition with a bunch of guys who were like Navy SEALs. And then one of them got stung by a jellyfish, and like we all like swam up to the boat, and then like we were all freaking out, and then he was like, we were just like, we gotta pee on him, so everybody just like dropped trout and then just peed all over him, and then like just all over him because there's so much pee, and it smelled bad, and then like there was a moment where they were just kind of like looking out at the horizon and just quiet because everybody had changed, and somebody's just like, yeah, we probably could have just peed in cups, huh? And the guy was like covered in pee, was just like, yeah. And it gets me every time I read it.
Back in the water.
Well, no, they went back up to the boat and they weren't in the water anymore. You see how boats work? Boats
but
work
I'm saying if someone
on top of the
peed
water.
on me, if someone peed on me, I would get back in the fucking jellyfish infested waters.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I would go fucking dip all my pee infested body parts back in the water.
I don't know. Like if I were stung by a jelly,
wash it off. I also wouldn't let you pee on me. Just let it sting.
Well,
I'll be fine.
I don't know how bad they sting though, so I can't. Like I know that a box jellyfish is like life or death situation.
Well, yeah, but they can't save you. So someone peeing on you isn't gonna resurrect you from a box jellyfish. The fuck?
If Jesus is peeing, does that turn into wine as it's exiting him?
If his blood is red wine, would his pee be white wine?
No, well, because his blood isn't like wine. I know that's what they're saying, but they're stupid.
No, but he turns the blood into red wine. So I'm saying if he turned his pee into wine, it would be white wine.
Yeah, probably Chardonnay.
Hence the yellowish tone.
The Chardonnay, right? Correct. Yeah,
like a Chardonnay.
I know that if he touches somebody, he turns their entire body into red wine, and they just puff up and die. That was in the Bible. Fact check me, I dare you.
Jesus at a rave. Get this. Jesus at a rave or some music festival. And someone's like, oh my God, we got to have a wineskin. He just taps the person next to him and yells, slap the bag. And just like smacks them and they become this blorpy wineskin.
Yeah. Anyway.
Juliana's corrected me that Jesus turned water into wine, not blood. But what is the blood of Christ?
But your body is
wine.
full of water.
And we're 75% water.
So if Jesus touches Kool-Aid, does that turn only the water portion of the Kool-Aid into wine? And now you've got like Kool-Aid powder in your wine? Is that how that works? Ask Juliana that.
Hold on. Juliana, re-explain what you were saying.
The priest, through the miracle of like him being connected to God, turns the blood into wine.
What? She's saying the priest, through the miracle of being connected to God, turns Jesus's blood into wine. So what you're saying is that the priest can turn pee into white wine and blood into red wine. Gamage wants to know if Jesus touched Kool-Aid, would it only turn the water into wine and the Kool-Aid powder would still be in there? She says it's sangria now. Because it's fruity flavors.
There ain't no fucking fruit in Kool-Aid. I call shenanigans.
No fruit in Kool-Aid.
Fucking take out that powder and you tell me what fruit that's from.
What fruit is this powder derived from? None. It's Jesus's farts.
So, I don't like traveling.
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay, happy Pie Day. It's Pie Day today.
It is Pie Day today. I'm not eating a piece of pie.
Me neither. I'm
my favorite pie place is in Humboldt.
I know.
And I need to let that go, so we're going to move on. I don't mind traveling, but I don't like I don't know, like I enjoy road trips, but I want to get out and go explore stuff. And there's a point on a plane where I'm like, I've been looking at the same like section of cubic feet around me outside of this little area of cloud moving next to me.
Yeah, you're above the clouds that you can't see shit.
Yeah, and there's a point where I don't know, like I always bring stuff to do on a plane and I never fucking do any of it.
Yeah.
Because I can't get into it because there's a level of comfort that's required for like reading, video games, all that shit. And so I just end up listening to like a podcast and maybe hopefully dozing off once or twice. And then just
Like
being annoyed that I'm still sitting because my fucking legs are tired of sitting. Literally,
I'll
they're
bring a
tired.
Switch. I'll bring a Switch and my phone with like a bunch of comics downloaded and games ready to go, and then like I'll just like not do any of it.
Yeah,
Like I
no, none
feel
of it gets done.
I'm not in the mood to play this game right now.
No, because I'm
And
fucking jammed between multiple people in a fucking tube that's getting
yeah,
rocketed through the air. And I'm
and
good.
then I just always end up just rewatching the same Marvel movies that are available on the little screen in front of me.
Yeah.
And
And
by the
hating
way,
it.
the headphones they give you don't fucking work in the auxiliary
But
connections they
also,
have.
the headphones you bring barely fucking work in the auxiliary connection they
Yeah,
have.
they're
'Cause
like
so many
loose.
people have violated the auxiliary hole that it just won't it
Or like
won't
it only plays
produce
in one
sound
ear.
anymore. Yes.
And Brittany and I bought a Y splitter last time, and then like we had our
Oh.
own individual screens, and they've got privacy filters, so that
Mhm.
was fucking useless. But she's just gonna hear Infinity War but not watch it. What?
Or she's gonna uncomfortably lean against your face while you guys watch it together.
Yeah, not fun. I hate airplanes.
Yeah, I
The
have to say
whole
planes are my least favorite form of travel because I feel like you have the smallest amount of control over your autonomy.
yes,
Cause like even on a bus, I can get up and move seats.
yeah.
I can't do that on a plane. Like even if you're on a plane and there's an empty fucking seat, if you try to move, the flight attendant's like, "Who the fuck's supposed to be sitting here?" And I'm like, "Me now." And they go, "Not anymore, bitch. Go back to E5."
It worked for me because we took like this like Philippine airline, which sucked by the way. We took that when we're traveling to Tokyo, and there were so many free seats. Like, and luckily, like Brittany and I, like we were at a like a 3-seat like window thing, but one person wasn't there, so we just had the 3 seats to ourselves, and that shit rocked. And then
Hell
on the way
yeah.
back, there was somebody who was supposed to sit next to us, but then went, ugh, and then just like traded seats over where there was an empty seat. And
Yeah.
nobody gave a fuck.
Well, and that's the thing is like no one gives a shit, but the second you ask, it's like their job to be like, no.
Well, yeah,
It was like,
that's what they're supposed to say.
yeah.
Like,
was like-
look, you can shit in the urinal at Burger King, but if you ask them if you can shit in the urinal at Burger King, they're going to tell you no.
They're going to tell you no. If you sit in Derek's seat, they're just going to assume your name is Derek. Just go sit there.
Better to
Listen-
ask forgiveness than for permission.
Fucking Tyler, all politely, we're at the train station and it says that there's no public restrooms. So he didn't want to like walk past the sign and be an asshole. So he like went up to the guy and was like, "Hey, if I have a ticket, am I allowed to use the bathrooms?" And the guy then suddenly was like, looks at the sign, looks back at him.
And
it's like, "I need to see your ticket then." I was like, "You really
That's
had
some
to
shit
show
I would
a
do.
ticket to use a bathroom?"
well,
I was
Like,
"There's
I kind of
3
get
people
the-
in this station. Chill out."
I kind of, yeah, sure, but I kind of understand the no public restroom. Like where I'm from, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, yes, and same in Portland, but it just made me laugh. I was like, if you didn't say anything, I'm sure he wouldn't have stopped you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the long and the short of it, planes suck. They're the shittiest. They may be the fastest and most fantastical form of travel, but they are the shittiest form of travel.
But there is like no
Unless you're
other
Taylor Swift.
efficient way to get anywhere overseas.
Yeah, no, cuz like cruises they're a type of all right. They just take
I
a long
don't-
fucking time and there's also a
I've-
lot of caveats with that.
I've talked about it before, and I'm pretty sure that I was just on a shitty cruise, but I was not wowed by the cruise. And
No, like they can be cool, but you're also like in a community for a given amount of time
yeah,
where you kind of
it's-
run into the same people, but it's for days, not like a 3-hour plane ride.
Yeah, I will not get on a cruise again unless I'm with a group of friends.
Yes.
And it's
Yep.
a completely different, better cruise line than one I went on. Because the one I went on was just in the Asia Land area, which is fine, but
The Asia land area.
nobody else spoke our language.
Disney took over, and I was only traveling through Asia land.
But another thing I don't like about cruises is how they treat their fucking workers. It's like
Dude,
nonstop
that shit's
slave
crazy.
labor. Yeah.
It's like, hey, do you want to be a slave for like 6 months? You'll make like a year's salary, but you will have no life or soul for the next 6 months of your life.
Yeah, and you work all fucking day.
Yeah.
And
Well, and then the shittiest part is like, you work all fucking day, and then you're just on this boat full of these people that you just served.
yeah,
Which sounds awful. Sounds
It-
horrible.
sounds absolutely awful. And I don't like how everything's monetized on a cruise too. How like every little thing that every staff worker says when they open their mouth is basically trying to get you somewhere to some event so that you spend additional money.
Yep.
And it's like you've already dropped thousands of dollars to get on this boat.
Sharon, I just spent my last $5,000 just to stand here in front of you. Can you not try to sell me the chair I'm sitting in?
Well, like we went to an art auction and I hated it, and we definitely got duped into fucking getting art, and I don't know why.
Everybody does. My parents have boat art too.
Boat art, yeah, and it's just
It's not off boats, but they got it on a cruise.
and it's just because we felt bad because like the person was just like, oh, nobody else speaks English. Oh, hello, and then she like spoke to us and got to know us,
Like,
and
oh God, no.
now it's like
no.
now I have to buy your
Now
fucking
she knows your middle
boat art.
name and she's taking your first child.
Ugh, I hate it.
Do you
And
think
I'm like, she's
anybody's
just doing her job, and
apparently doing it well.
yeah, I'm sure they hate it too. They're like, I know that selling fucking extended warranties at Staples ruined my soul. I don't feel good about it.
Being obligated to sell something was easily the most viciously uncomfortable I've ever been in my entire life.
Because it's forcing you into a pocket of morality.
Well, it's forcing you into the world's shittiest pocket of morality. In addition to it is also forcing you into human interaction. It's like, if they want to know something, I will happily answer and they can come up to me.
Yeah.
Or even if they look at me like, and I
then
get
it's
the
just
vibe
like,
that they
well-
need help, I will go over there. I'm not going to force you to purchase something you don't fucking need or want.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, why didn't you talk to him about it basically, why weren't you a worse person to that other human being that you were speaking to?
Yeah.
Why didn't you talk
Why didn't
your
you
way?
shove this down their throat harder?
Why didn't you
'Cause they
cast
have
your
autonomy?
charm magic to take their money and their safety away from them? I know the economy's hard, but we need our numbers up.
Yeah, why didn't you stab them in the kneecap to sell them surgery? You didn't go far enough. My favorite was one time, our insane boss that we had at Staples that we've alluded to a couple times. Can we give them like a pseudonym?
No, I cut it out in a previous episode.
Oh,
Like you
damn.
said it, and I did a censor.
Anyway, well, good. Censor this. So anyway, one time while I was selling, or while I was working in the tech department, she came up to me and she was like, hey, if you like unzip your shirt more and push those together, you'll probably sell more. And I was like, excuse me?
Push what together?
I was like, what? And she was like, and if you flirt, like it'll go further. Like they'll buy more stuff from you. And I was like, madam, I'm not gonna sell my body for the meager fucking hourly you guys give me when you don't even, like, we don't even get commission from this. Why would I do that?
Yeah, it's
I'll sooner go work at the strip club where I'm gonna get at least paid like actual nominal fees for doing such things.
yeah, all of that would just get a good job from her boss to her. Like,
Yeah.
it's stupid. It makes no sense. No,
That's it. I
dumb.
would get a high five from her and she would get an attaboy from her boss.
It's a dumb. It's literally a pyramid scheme. It's
Yeah,
just
actually,
a
it
legal
genuinely
pyramid
is.
scheme.
It genuinely is. Capitalism and sales within retail is a fucking pyramid scheme.
Traveling sucks. Cruises also suck.
Hey, I have
Again,
a question
I'd
for
only
you.
go with
Do you think anybody's ever clapped when a cruise has docked?
I've heard people clap at the airplane thing, and
Ah.
I'm gonna start clapping when the car ride is over.
Yeah, you should. Brittany will be
Really
like, "What
just
the
get on
fuck?"
Brittany's nerves.
Okay, one time I watched this, like, I think it was like a TikTok video, and it was showing these new, like, first class seats, and it's two of them fully, like, roll down into a full bed, and it has, like, a little wall that you can pull. So it showed this, and then it shows a guy, like, a couple seats back in the, like, a economy class, the normal seats. And it's him waking up to the sound of, like, clapping. So it's supposed to be like these people in first class are fucking, and he wakes up. So he starts clapping, and he looks around and realizes no one else on the plane is clapping. And he's like, "What the fuck?"
It's easily avoidable by not being a fucker that claps.
Yeah, but the funny part is, I start cracking up at this. So I go to show it to someone at work, and they are watching it confused as fuck the entire time they're watching it. And we were like, like, like the clapping sound. And they were like, "What are you talking about?" And we're like, "They're fucking in first class. The clapping sound." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And we are like, "Dude, you and your wife must have such a disappointing personal life."
Yeah. Yeah. This-
Yeah.
I'm trying to think in my head how to do the sexual relations without the clap.
You could put some of your soundproofing around your balls.
Like, are you doing the Mormon shuffle?
I still feel like that would make kind of a clap sound.
I don't think so. Like, the Mormon shuffle is the one where like you're soaking and then somebody like jumps on the bed,
Yeah, it's
right?
jumping on the bed next to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they jumped hard enough, I feel like it could produce a clap sound.
I mean, because you're just creating friction. Yeah. What if they're spinning on you?
There you go. There you go.
Like,
Maybe.
like somebody just that's a
Unless
that's a
you have
thing.
really droopy balls, then it still might create a clap sound.
Maybe they're having this weird,
It would
crazy,
just be-
exotic
It
sex.
would just be a different clap sound. It'd be like shuffle, 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 as you rotate.
Thanks for giving the play-by-play.
I
Anyway,
wanted you to
traveling.
really get what I was thinking about.
I've only been to three different countries,
Oh,
other
God.
than the United States.
I have been
I went to the Philippines and never exited the airport because I really, 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 really didn't want to. I'm sorry, Philippines. I can't. And then Korea and Japan.
One time I used to have a count of how many places I've been to. I've been to a lot of continents, a lot of different continents. I'm not incontinent yet, but I've been to a lot of continents.
Yeah, it's a weird word. Like, you can
It
be
is a weird
incontinent, but not
but
incontinent.
I can be incontinent, but not incontinent.
Like, we're incontinent now,
We're not incontinent.
but we're not incontinent, you know?
It's hard to tell which one you're saying. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know how many countries I've been to. I've been to a lot of states too.
This privileged white bitch.
Yeah,
Oh, I've simply lost count. You have a passport. How many fucking postings are there?
a lot.
Oh.
Oh.
I got the 2020 Olympic seal stamp on my passport. You got that, bitch?
No, where did
I
you
didn't think so.
where did you get that from?
Because they had the
Japan?
2020 Olympics in Tokyo, and we
Oh
visited
no, they were gonna have the 2020 Olympics. in
Yeah, it
Tokyo.
ended up being a little later.
I was gonna
but...
go, and then they went, "Nah, the world's dying. We gotta cancel."
Yeah, but if you go to if you buy anything at one of their like certified Olympic stores, like any of like the Olympic paraphernalia stuff, they like stamp your passport that you're an Olympic traveler.
You're now an Olympic athlete.
You visited the Olympics.
Do you think that's how they create more Olympic athletes? They just like someone comes in and buys a sweatshirt and they abduct them
Yes.
and force them into a type of
Can't
servitude?
you tell? I'm clearly fit to be an Olympian now. You didn't notice?
Hey, when we were talking about genetics, we both have like peak athletic genetics. They're just
I don't know
grooming
what's-
us to
I
be
don't know
ready
what
to join the
sport-
Olympics.
I don't know what sport they're thinking, but
I don't know. I feel like you'd be good at like shot putting or something.
no. Ugh.
Axe cutting. I didn't say you want to. You're fucking an indentured servant.
How about keyboarding? Is that a sport?
Define what it would be.
Like how many words per minute I could do?
Fuck, if chess can be an Olympic sport, why not?
Isn't chess just now an Olympic sport too?
No, I feel like chess was an Olympic sport a while ago.
There was one like weird game that like just now entered the Olympics.
No, I think recently cheerleading entered the Olympics, and I got into a hot debate because someone was like, why would cheerleading be in the Olympics? And I was like, bitch, you know how fucking hard cheerleading is? They throw people in the air.
Look.
That's a bit more than curling.
If figure skating can be in the Olympics, cheerleading can too.
Dude, have you ever seen Olympic ski dancing? That is the funniest shit you will ever watch in your life. And I'm sad it's not an Olympic sport anymore. No, I swear to God.
Oh, okay, it's not anymore because the Olympic is in the word.
Yeah, no, it's not anymore, but it is the funniest fucking shit you will ever see.
It feels like one of those things where the Olympic Council just thought like, this isn't going anywhere. This isn't. You can only do this so many ways. We're done with it. Let's get chess in here.
Let's get chess back in here. We at least know how this goes. I'm trying to find you a video of Olympic ski dancing.
Oh, please do. I'm waiting on your every word.
You should, because it's fucking phenomenal. They like get on their tiptoes on the skis. It's so fucking funny to watch.
And it's not like the long jump where they go on down a slope and then they do a jump and they do a weird X with their skis
it's literally
because
like
impressive.
They do fancy twisty turns and they get on their tiptoes, but they're on skis. I'm trying to find. There's one video where a guy goes full tiptoes, but onto the tips of skis, and he's like holding himself up with ski poles.
It feels like one of those things where somebody's fucking around and then they're like, I wish this was a sport, and then they somehow
he just
managed
decided
to get
it was.
You know, like, if you ever fuck around and you're like, this is a useless talent I have that I can't even bring up to my friends, but...
And someone went, you know what? No, it's happening.
I can't think of anything more privileged than ski dancing. Skiing is one thing, I guess, but to have the time, the resources, and just the fucking
to dance
nerve
on
to
skis,
just, like...
It's going a bit too far.
That is some, like, first-class shit if I've ever heard it.
Well, go look at it. It'll fucking mystify you.
All right.
You'll see somewhere towards the middle, some people start doing the ski tiptoe thing, and then they start doing flips and shit, and then one guy gets the backs of his skis stuck in the snow.
I gotta say, like, 90% of this is, like, so unimpressive.
Well, they're just
yeah,
it's
spinning.
just
like, yeah, they're just walking with skis, like, in a funny way, I guess.
In fashions.
Who let the 80s be a thing?
The entirety of the 80s, who let you happen?
Not okay. Like, uncool. Unacceptable. You've seen Highlander? That tells you everything you need to know.
Someday aliens are gonna come down and be like, summarize the 80s for us, and we'll just hand them Highlander, and they'll be like, that's all, and then they'll
There was a lot more
planet.
to it.
No, that's it. That's all they need to know.
No. I can't think of anything else.
I can't think of it right now, but...
So what did you want us to talk about specifically about traveling?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think we've been kind of going through it. I wanted to know how you feel about, right before I came here, I went to go, like, pick up a twisted tea to have while we're recording. And how do you feel about people that travel, or just the concept of traveling in an RV or trailer, but it's like a fucking excessively large RV and trailer with a bunch of pop-outs, and then they have, like, ATVs and shit loaded in the back?
That shit is called glamping, and it's not okay. Look, if you're gonna do anything, go on the road and do the camping RV thing, you're either all in or you're not. You don't get Netflix out in the woods. Fuck you. RVs are dumb. I hate them. Except for that old RV salesman video, the Winnebago thing.
What? All that I associate with Winnebago is Winnebang. Oh.
No, there's this there's like this old blooper reel of this RV salesman, and he's just like fucking having a meltdown, and it's It's hilarious. I'm gonna try to find it
Okay.
while you're talking about something else.
What are your traveling like do's and don'ts? I have a big
Well,
one that I guess is helpful. If you're flying to a different fucking time zone, take a red-eye flight, get there, do your best to sleep, get there in the morning time for whatever land you're on your way to, and then do not go to sleep. Just live your shitty, long, tired day, and then you will
yeah,
automatically be on that time zone.
I don't think I ever had issues with that because I mean, like the only place again I've only been to is Asia Land, and I feel like it. We were kind of night owls, and we were already acclimated to it. Like the
Yeah, you
time we
guys were
went to
just
bed
fucking
and the
prepared.
time we wake up like was perfect for Japan time. I feel like a big don't that I fucking cannot listen to myself on, and I know this for sure because I always fall for it, but a lot of hot gas station food is the worst and you shouldn't eat it. Don't do it.
Oh.
You're going to make yourself super fucking sick, and nothing's worse than being sick on a trip. I do it every
Yeah.
time. Did I tell you about
Why?
that? That I like. I don't know why. Just something in me is just
Yeah, you
like,
told me
ugh.
about the weird shit you ate, and I was like, I feel bad for Brittany's brother, and you're like, no, he wasn't in the car at the time, and I was like, thank God, because I think you would have murdered him with your farts.
No,
I don't remember what you
nothing like
ate,
that.
but
But it was a cheeseburger stick. Like it looked like a
oh
sausage.
yeah,
Like
it was
sausage
like a
links,
yeah, it's a cheeseburger on a
but it
stick.
was cheeseburger.
Gross.
It was not good, no. But like I saw it, I'm like, I'm weird about like I'm not gonna get the chance to try this any other time. So weird
Your
promotional
FOMO
things.
problem.
Yeah. FOMO with food really hits hard. Like if Taco Bell has a new item, I'll always be like, I'll try it once every time. I'm stupid. But at least I'm not doing like the dumb gacha games on the phone. Like I abandoned that. I don't do the gambling waifu buy bullshit. But FOMO with food always hits me.
You really gotta do the moving to Asia thing because convenience stores and gas stations have fantastic food that is not gonna murder the bacteria in your stomach. And B, they also do promotional food like all the time, but at least in Korea, it's generally like pretty cheap, so you can try it without being like, "Oh God, I'm bankrupting my
Oh
life."
no, all the food in Japan is hella cheap, and their 7-Eleven is superior to ours in every fathomable way,
Oh my God, yes.
except for one. They don't have Slurpees. That's the
Yeah,
only thing against their 7-Eleven. That's it. Everything else is great. Like they had soy sauce flavored chicken nuggets, and they
dude,
were better than McDonald's chicken nuggets.
that sounds
And
pretty good.
they're incredible, and it is super cheap. It's like there's very few places more resistant to immigrants than Japan.
Wait, what?
Like moving to Japan is very, very, very difficult to do. Like unless you're a streamer and make a lot of money and you can prove like, oh, I'm gonna move to your country and bring a lot of revenue into your country, that it's usually a no go.
You gotta move to Korea.
It's a lot easier for Korea, I'm sure,
Yeah, it is significantly easier than Japan.
but I don't
And
wanna.
it's a lot cheaper.
It they're like on the same scale of cheapness. I
No.
can't think like I can't think of any
How
place
much was a
cheaper
meal
than
in
Japan.
Japan for you and Brittany?
So the first night we got
Not in yen, in USD.
I know I'll tell you is we got a big plate of gyoza. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you buy a bag of linglings from the store, that amount. We got a big plate of that, and then we got like fried chicken, a big bowl of miso soup, and I got a beer, and that was $13.
Okay, yeah, they're on the same vein.
Yeah. I figured
Well,
they would be.
I think the cost of like an apartment is cheaper though.
Yes, but wages in these places are very low. Like it's a lot harder to make money, and therefore that's why rent is cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. it helped that I had a job that had like a salary. Like if you can find something that pays that, it was pretty easy to live because everything was cheap as shit. Like, okay, great example. I don't know what Japan's like, but for me to like constantly run the heater in my apartment, it cost me like I think my highest electricity bill, I don't know, it was like $30. Like it was something dumb. Like it didn't cost the total of my utilities in a month where I ran my heater constantly for like water, electricity, gas, all of it was like $60. So it was the most expensive utility bill I paid for everything.
That is crazy because
It was insane.
I can't remember the last time our water bill was less than $60.
Yeah. Yeah, no, most months it was $10. In the month where I ran my heating every single day, it was $60.
It is a lot cheaper over there, but again, that's because their wages are significantly lower.
Valid, but still.
But it is crazy. First of all, I don't know a single, like, I don't know Japanese, but I was able to get away just fine. The
Yeah,
only word you
same.
need to learn is sumimasen, which is like
Sumimasen?
this sumimasen. It's like a catch-all, like, excuse me, sorry, like, I'm
It's a
coming through.
catch-all. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of the way.
No.
I know, I'm
Because
just
it's
kidding.
it's a polite word. Because like if every like you turn a corner and you're in, like there's somebody right there, you both will say sumimasen and kind of just get out of each other's way. It's
Like,
a very
"Ah, shit, my
polite
bad."
country
Yes.
because it's
Yeah.
a very they have
You gotta
this
save face.
yeah they're America is all about the individual. Like we don't care about anybody but ourselves. It's a very fuck you got mine mindset. Don't argue because you know it's true.
Yeah,
And
no, it's
in a lot of other places, Japan, one of them, is very how can we help each other? How can we make our entire country good? And a lot of it is there's unspoken rules of how they do things, how they use stairs, how you don't walk and eat at the same time. That's why trash cans are only next to vending machines. Like you won't find them walking anywhere.
mhm.
And the streets are fucking spotless because of it.
Yeah,
It's
there's just there's a lot more community courtesy because I won't say it's individual courtesy because there's also a lot of rules that dictate how you interact with individuals,
yes,
person to person, that are very fucked up and weird.
I agree.
And like definitely are kind of oppressive feeling. And I don't say this as a person outside looking in. I say this as someone that knew people that were obligated to that sort of like system of thought and did not fucking like it, but were
Right.
stuck doing it because otherwise they're a pariah.
Yes, and it is like the second you're there, and like if you, I mean, don't automatically just assume things and do things, but then take a moment to like look around and notice like little details, and
Yeah, you'll
you'll
if you pay attention, you'll catch on really quick that there's like
nobody
clearly salmon are swimming a particular direction in this stream.
yeah like stairs and escalators is it's very like right side moving up, left side moving down kind of thing, and it's something that nobody tells you. There's no signs, but everybody's doing it because everybody is just on the same page, and that's just some shit
Yeah.
that we fucking can't do.
No.
Like we can't even
cannot.
fucking do a self checkout. God fucking damn it! How can you not figure that out?
Definitely not me, but I know people that just steal at self checkout.
I mean, that's fine. I support stealing. I usually
I do
don't.
too.
Just
Support the shit out of stealing. Don't steal from mom and pop shops, but fucking, everywhere else.
yeah,
Walmart can take it.
fuck them. Walmart can take the hit.
Yeah, they may be closing down in liberal places like Seattle, but they are going strong in Alabama.
Go to Alabama and steal everything from that Walmart. But Japan is a very America, like an English welcome country. There's a lot of people that speak it. There's a lot of just English menus good to go. Like I said, you don't need to know any of the language. A lot of menus just have pictures and you just
Yeah,
point
people are
and go.
usually pretty hyped to help you out too.
Also, voucher restaurants are my fucking jam.
What
It
the
is my
fuck
favorite.
a voucher restaurant?
It's like the menu's outside of the restaurant, and it's just
Mhm.
like a kind of like a vending machine where it's like McDonald's
Oh.
almost, where like you kind of just
Do
pick
you like
what you
take
want.
a ticket and then you just hand it to someone inside?
Yes,
Oh, that's neat as fuck. I like that.
yeah. Like the first meal not the first night, but the first meal that we had when we got to Japan was I got tonkatsu with egg and with and curry, and it is just like you press a button outside of the shop and then a ticket comes out and you go hand in the ticket and they go, here you go. And
That's sick as
it's
fuck.
fucking delicious. Oh, I miss the food there. It's so
That's
inexpensive.
a delightful system.
Like I got to have actual Kobe beef there, and it's an experience. It like melts in your mouth. It's delicious, and to get the same, and that was the most expensive meal I had. It was like between Brittany and I,
Dude,
we got a
beef
whole.
in general there, like in Asia, is just expensive. And then you add that you're getting like one of the nicest cuts of meat ever.
But no, it's because I got a full A5 Wagyu Kobe beef ribeye, and then we got like a full thing of like Wagyu sashimi and like a kind of a Korean make your own with like a bunch of different Wagyu cuts. And that meal after everything, because we got a lot of shit, came out to like $150. And that was our most expensive food bill. And that's just a steakhouse in America, and it's
Yeah, that's
guaranteed to
valid.
not be good.
Yeah, that is also true. That by comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and our beef prices are getting crazy too.
Yeah, they
Every
are.
day it's worse and worse and worse. And like now at this point, now like you could say like, oh well, beef in Japan isn't cheap, and it's like it's not expensive there either. It's still pretty affordable.
No, on a relative scale, it's still very cheap. It's just
Yeah.
compared to like what you could get for the same price that isn't beef, it is expensive.
Yeah. But I don't know if I've said this on this podcast before, but one thing I hate about eating out in the United States is, I mean, tipping culture's kind of a little aggressive, and it's kind of a shitty systemic system. It's just a shitty practice in general, but it's also you're paying a good amount of money for potentially not a satisfying meal.
Yep.
There's no guarantee that the food is going to be edible and delicious. I've spent thousands of dollars in my adult life, leaving a restaurant going, well, that sucked.
That sustained me, and that's about all it did.
And it sucks because like I can't think of any meal that I had in Japan or Korea where I wasn't like walking away going, I paid double the price I just paid for that in America.
Yeah, actually, genuinely, because there were a lot of places that there are places that I like in the States and I will frequent. There was literally this one place, like these two places within a couple blocks of my apartment that I went to weekly because they were so fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I was like, let's all get together and go have lunch or dinner because Jesus Christ, this place is addictive. I will say one of the best steak meals I've ever had in my entire life was I was in Thailand, and Thailand has incredible malls. So if you go to Thailand, go to a mall because they're wild. They really do them like really fucking cool. One of them was every escalator you get on would be like departing, and it would have a country, and then the end of the escalator would say arriving in whatever country, but each floor was themed with that country, both in like the types of shops that were in it, the food that was available, and the style of that entire floor. It's really cool.
It's like a world mall.
Yeah, basically. But that was just like the theme of that mall was like a travel world mall. I went to some other one, which is where I had this steak, and I went to a grocery store in a mall, and inside this grocery store there's this little like kiosk area where if you just bring them stuff that you just purchased from the grocery store, they will turn it into like a steak meal for you. So I went to the butcher and I bought a piece of Wagyu steak, and then I went over to this kiosk with some veggies and potatoes and stuff, and they turned it into a 5-star fucking epically delicious meal, and it is to this day one of the best meals I've ever had in my life.
It's crazy that thing doesn't exist in America, where it's just like you buy the food and then give it to somebody to cook for you.
Yeah,
that's
what
not a
the
thing.
fuck?
It's weird.
Why not? Like, the deli's right there. They should just have a little kiosk where you can hand them the food and they go, "Aight."
If you only gave me one guess, I'd say some kind of government regulation thing, or like FDA going, no, no, no.
Yeah, it would probably be some different type of permitting law or some shit where it's like, you
And then
can't
people
prepare the
don't want to
food right
pay.
there. You have to prepare it and then stick it in a hot case for 10 minutes before someone can buy it.
Yeah, and then people don't want to pay the fucking licensing because we're cheap as fuck.
Yeah, it would be some weird fucking reason why it doesn't exist. But that shit slapped. I forget what it is called. I could probably look it up, but it was
Beef.
the best fucking steak ever. Speaking of traveling, since we're on food, go fucking travel. Because it will A, blow your taste bud minds, and it will also blow your own mind. Traveling,
I mean, outside of
like,
America, first of all.
yes.
I just made
Obviously,
a giant rant about how you're not guaranteed a delicious meal in the United States.
also, like, there's cool shit in the United States, but going outside of the country that you are accustomed to will really expand your ability to understand, like, what you go through in your day to day life.
Yeah. I mean, it's good just to get a different perspective. It's good to stretch the
Exactly.
legs and learn things. That's how people go stir crazy and get racist is because you're not exercising that brain and
Is
therefore you
because you
stay
sit on
dumb.
a plane in one little chair and you don't ever fucking learn anything. It's the emotional equivalent of sitting on a plane and atrophying your legs for 16 hours.
Yeah, and then you think exercising your legs is by sticking your foot up and putting your toes in my seat.
Yep,
You
sticking your
fucking
toes
piece
on
of shit.
Gamage's elbow, and then he pees on your feet, and look where that got both of us.
No, that's if I see the toes. If they touch me, it's over. This plane is going down.
This entire plane is
War
about to fall out of
crimes.
the sky. War crimes. I'll commit so many war crimes, I swear to God. Oh, fuck.
Well, now that I've told you about the world and how it works and the travels and everything, let's do some. We have new tunes at home.
Yes, let me also force you to listen to my musical stylings.
Yes.
And by my musical stylings, I mean the musical stylings of B.O.B. and Haley Williams and the song Airplanes, because that felt appropriate as a suggestion.
Doesn't sound familiar.
What fucking year did this? 2010. Airplanes, B.O.B., Haley Williams of Paramore.
I don't remember and I don't care. So,
Well, go look it
I'm
up.
gonna recommend Caro Caro Bonito.
Caro Bonito?
Yes, it's a band from London, and like the main singer is of Japanese descent and speaks some Japanese. But their music is like the Wiggles for adults.
What? How? Explain how the fuck
Dude,
that.
you know the game Bug Snacks.
Yes, I do know the game Bug
Yeah,
Snacks.
the song the it's Bug Snacks. That's Caro
Mm-hmm.
Caro Bonito.
No, it's not.
It is.
That's fabulous.
Anyway, they do a lot of songs just like it. Um, uh, the song I'm not going to recommend, but their biggest one is Bug Snacks. But Flamingo is a really good song, and it is a very like you listen to it, and it
Oh my god, it
adult
has a shrimp.
yeah adult wiggles. I don't know what to tell you.
Shrimps is bugs. I'm already in. I don't give a fuck.
Listen to that song, put it on your background. But the song I'm going to recommend is Well Rested. So they had a bunch of albums that are doing like this kind of charming, goofy electro music. But then they did this one album where things are like a little bit more serious, and the song Well Rested like resonated, and it stuck with me for a long time. It's outside of their norm. So listen to their other music before you get to this song.
Okay.
Eh,
So listen to the one that has a shrimp on it first,
yes.
and then we can move on here. Flamingo by Caro Caro has the shrimp, and then move on to Well Rested.
Because it's talking about flamingos being pink and like how many shrimp do they have to eat. And then it's just like it doesn't matter
Oh
what
my
color you
god,
are.
it is
Show
really
your
the Wiggles for adults. How many shrimp does a flamingo eat to turn pink? It doesn't matter. Don't be a
show off your
racist.
true colors, flamingo. Oh,
Be your
yo.
best self. Oh. Oh,
If you're
Jesus.
multicolor, that's cool too.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, listen to that music. Go travel. Try some new food. Really, just take your taste buds on an expedition and go try some restaurant near you that you've never tried. I recently discovered Ethiopian food. That shit fucking slaps. I literally went there and was like, I need Gamage to visit so that he can have some of this.
I had some Nicaraguan tamales. They're not called tamales, they're called something else. Like they're
Probably
wrapped in.
because.
I don't remember, but they were fucking delicious.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. And if you liked what you heard or you fucking hate traveling, please like, subscribe, and download on whatever your most favoriteest podcasting place is. If you want us to talk about a thing, suggest some music, ask for horrible advice, please email us at whtpah@gmail.com. That's whoopah@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home, or WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's Whoopah on Blue Sky. And next week we will be tackling the beautiful and lovely fine art of.
We're traveling to.
Yes, we're traveling to the beautiful and lovely land of fiction.
Ooh,
We haven't gotten that one in a while.
beautiful.
Oh, we're going to travel inside of a fictional work.
Beautiful. I can't wait.
Delicious, delightful. Let's just talk about food and traveling in Lord of the Rings. Anyway, I've been off-brand, soon-to-be Hobbit Rachel.
I've been off-brand Gamage, and this has been We Have That Podcast at Home.
Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
We love you. Goodbye.
Uh,
I'm Walter Cronkite, signing off.